Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing RoboCop Rogue City. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Zarel. Let's get to it. So today we're tracking down a stolen vehicle, but before we get to that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. So let's get into it. So we had a case where we need to track down a stolen vehicle. It's actually the mayor's daughter's vehicle. So blue SUX 6000. The big, roomy, gas-guzzling, American-made car of the dystopian RoboCop universe. So I did end up going back and watching the original RoboCop from 1990 something. I don't remember when it was made. It was made in late 80s, maybe 87. And you can tell. Anyway, still pretty good. It shows that dystopian future where you've got a lot of people not doing so hot and a few people doing well. And then you've got people that lose all their rights, like RoboCop, simply because he died. Engineering level 2 required. So unless you have engineering level 2, you can't do anything with that. So we need to look for clues. Yeah, a lot of irrelevant things. There we go. So we did get a clue for the case. We can go talk to him. I want to keep kind of looking around. Sometimes, even though you've found the key piece of evidence that you need in order to pursue it, sometimes you can find more stuff, more pieces, and all of a sudden other things come up that you can actually use as leverage, or it may come up later on where it would be helpful. In a previous video, if you've been watching, you saw I got an extra clue that said there was some sort of mole within the gang, and I was able to use that against them, so they turned against each other instead of me having to fight them. Maybe it would have been a deal breaker, maybe not. Yeah, I keep going back to that piece. I'm like, well, maybe I should go and get that engineering. But once you put your skill points in, you can't reset them. So consider a little bit longer before you add your skill points in. Like, I don't think there's any bad skills per se, but if you're going for a certain sort of build, then obviously you'll want to make sure that you're spending wisely your skill points. Since you won't be able to get all of them in one go, you'll have to start a new game plus.
He works for me on and on. I have to admit, I had a tiny feeling he might have something to do with your case.
All right, we got somewhere with the owner here, Ben. He's like, I'll open the locker, but I don't want any trouble.
Go on, have a look.
There we go.
Is he your man?
For the time being, Claire is the suspect.
He's a prime suspect.
He hasn't turned up for work for some time. This morning, when two thugs swang by looking for him, I knew he must be in trouble. I've overheard him many times.
Now, I do want to say that when I started this stolen vehicle, there were two options, or two places where I could go to kind of try and get a lead. And I think this was the first one that I went to, and it ended up being the one that panned out.
Why did you cover for it?
I can't watch a decent kid like him get swallowed by this city.
So I'd say RoboCop's kind of a
Instead of giving him up, I was
action
encouraging him to come clean. But a man can only try.
with some RPG elements
Tell
to
me
it.
why you think he is responsible.
He's young,
And
bright,
it
and would like to rule the world.
seriously just
But nearly every
vibes the original RoboCop,
It is not enough
from the
assumptions.
I'm not a
newscast
many things
to
in my life.
RoboCop himself
There's usually fire.
to the the SUX 6000. I don't know, for some reason I thought it was a 2000 SUX. That would have been maybe too much on the nose, and I think they probably, someone nixed it. They were like, nope, we can't do that. They're like, okay, how about SUX 6000? Like, oh, okay, that's all right.
Good mechanic either.
That is all for now.
But I do love the
Make sure no harm comes his way. Might have
film
done some foolish things in the past.
crossovers and the vibes that you
Deserves
get
another
from
chance.
playing it. So if you've not watched the original RoboCop, it would certainly be worthwhile to do so, but you don't have to see the film or any of the films in order to enjoy the game. I think you would have a deeper appreciation for some of the elements in the game that you wouldn't necessarily appreciate otherwise, like the SUX 6000 and the little news broadcast. Give us 3 minutes and we'll give you the world. Like precursor to TikTok, these short form media.
You must be Scott. What did you do with the blue SUX?
All right, we found the guy.
Hey, well, why would I have anything to do with that?
What? Who? Me?
Evidence in Ben's shop.
You can't possibly help me. I don't want to cause any more trouble,
All
especially for
right.
Ben.
Seems like an alright guy.
Our actions affect people around us.
Do you mean Ben? Shit. Is he all
All
right?
right, so
Is that
yeah, he
okay?
realizes now
Please tell
that
me.
he might
I
have
would never
caused
forgive
some more
myself if
trouble
anything
for
bad happened to
the
him.
owner of the car
During
shop.
our conversation, my health monitor did not detect any trauma as yet.
Okay. I admit. It was me who jacked the
Yeah.
SUX. But he didn't leave me any choice.
He was doing it for extra money, just trying to make ends meet.
If he knew I gave him away, he'd take revenge on Ben. Oh God! It must be those thugs! We're dead! No one was gonna save us.
If they
Does he
are
not see
criminals,
who's in
then
front of
they're the
him?
ones who need saving.
Got this like fully armed and armored
Where are you, Scotty boy? You can only hide for so
police officer.
It's the metal. This is our hood.
Where'd that guy come from? Hanging out in the corner or something. Yeah, there we go.
You did it! They didn't think that
There were a
through.
couple things that I missed on
Maybe
the
you
way
can
in,
put an end
apparently.
to this after all.
I am missing vital information and
Really have to make sure that you're looking all the way around
I'll tell you what you
when
want.
you get through a doorway,
Just please, help
just
me
so you
fix
don't
this
miss
screw-up.
anything. And even then you can.
Now,
Oh, man.
All right, where's the
I'm
car
sure
now?
It's still in their chop shop.
It's in the
It's
chop
a warehouse
shop.
on the northeast side. The entrance is concealed, but I'm sure you'll find
It's concealed, but I'm sure
I'm no
you'll
fighter,
find it.
But if there is any other way, I would like to help. Maybe you need some more intel.
Well, I'm glad that he's
mean by
willing to help out now.
It's Rex from the local gang. I only did petty jobs for him mostly, but this time
He went
made me
from,
steal that car. He said he
I
wanted
can't give up the
SUX
guy's name
6000
because then I'm
repairing a
dead,
Benz.
to,
When I
yeah,
said it was too
do you want
hot,
more intel?
He slashed me with
Here's
his
the guy's
knife.
name, here's his address, here's his little security number.
any criminal matters should be reported to the police.
I know. I just thought I could figure this out by myself. Ben was right from
There
the
we
start.
go, I thought I could figure it
I
out by
shouldn't have gone
myself.
down this road.
The old experienced guy Ben was right.
Hiding.
You saw those thugs. They were looking for me. They realized I tricked them. They
Now, if
wanted
you
the
notice in some
SUX
games,
6000 from
when you
Ben's
hit a
shop,
certain
but
dialogue
I
option,
didn't want to get him into trouble,
you
so
have to
I
move
stole
forward.
it
You can't go
differently.
back to it and ask him
I
something
doubt
else.
anyone would have given
So
a shit, but Word on the
initially I thought maybe this was one of those games, but it's not. You can ask him everything,
For now.
ask him nothing.
Proceeding to the vehicle's estimated location.
Doesn't necessarily
for
change
backup,
the
aren't you?
outcome. Just gives you a little bit more
Correct
information in
calculation.
depth
Minimal.
to the investigation or, motivation, etc. All right, so we got the address to the chop shop. I'm gonna pick this up. I obviously didn't see it on the way in, so now I can leave the garage and head over to the chop shop. The in between is usually, the wandering in between. You can happen across other encounters, some like mini encounters, or just kind of appreciate old Detroit and kind of like the state of everything. Some people might say, hey, typical big town, kind of dirty and trashy, but what are you gonna do? I think they were trying to go for more than that, though. All right, so going in, and he's already said that there was a hidden entrance, and yeah, it looks like that wall. I kind of think RoboCop should just be able to whack it with his fist and then it would open up. But need a little bit more investigative. Oh, just like that. Turn around and those guys shooting at you. Man, that guy... Some of these guys have incredible aim when it comes to tossing grenades right on top of you. There we go. I do notice that the aim doesn't always zoom in after you reload. So you have to reload and then aim again. Alright, just make sure that there's no more guys. Now if you look at the top bar, there'll be a little red line that shows, look at that, we can grab the whole motorcycle and toss it. That's crazy. Alright, so you always get your Auto 9 pistol, I think it's called. The standard RoboCop weapon. This one's got a skin on it. The prototype skin. You can also have the standard. And then you get one other weapon that you can switch to. In the beginning, whatever extra weapon you have is probably going to be your go-to for most of the time. As you move forward through the campaign, you're going to be using your own weapon most of the time. Because you'll be able to upgrade it. And I think that was pretty good forward thinking on the developer's part. It's nice to have the iconic RoboCop gun, 3-round burst, but I was right in, without knowing where they're gonna toss it. Sometimes it's right on top of you, and sometimes it's behind you or in front of you. But then, man, it took a lot to take that guy out. Looked like he was wearing a t-shirt, but it must have been made of Kevlar. Alright, hop in here, see what there is to see and grab. And go ahead and repair Each repair gives you about 50%. Now, if you do go the defense route and you max that out first, then you'll slowly gain health back up to 75%. Oh, look at this. OCP container. Had a recovery plus some other stuff that isn't useful until a little bit later. So go back into that room. And right on the locker there is the safe combination code. So you might be getting a case of deja vu, and you are. I want to make sure that it was seamed together, but the only way to make it work is to do it this way. So there we go. We got that OCP container, and now moving forward. So we'll go up on the catwalk here. There's a couple of explosive items strewn throughout, as you might expect at a auto shop, let alone a chop shop. So we got an OCP shotgun. Alright, let's scan this. Alright, so there's a room behind it. Go ahead and breach it if we want. We'll just come back to it. Or you can come back. You can breach it whenever you're ready. The different alternate weapons that you can have. The 9mm pistol is basically like the guy in the bathroom. If you get close enough to these guys, you can grab them. They stop attacking you. You can toss them, and then you don't have to worry about them. That way, when they're dodging, they're strafing to the side, you're not getting wasting your ammo trying to track them. It seems like they're able to dodge your bullets pretty effectively by doing that. Alright, so there we go. There's the safe. And we got the combination, so we just need to open it up. The very first safe, the code is in the same room. Kind of a gimme, and then the rest of the time you're going to have to find it. It's not a huge deal if you don't open it, but it does give you some extra experience that you wouldn't have otherwise. So important, but not essential. All right, so let's go ahead and hit the button there. And there we go. There's the card. And we got it. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.
I can't believe you've actually done it! Do you think I could take that car back to the owner and say I'm sorry? Maybe she won't press charges.
This car is now in police custody.
Oh, please, I could really use a helping hand right now. Otherwise, I'm back in juvie.
Proceeding to secure the perimeter. Keys are in the ignition.
Thank you so much! I promise I won't mess this up.
PlayStation